Okay, we're providing a quick overview of our vacuum port system. So this is our vacuum port installed into an enclosure. This particular enclosure is a secondary rebreather display. Our vacuum system is also compatible with the Blue Robotics setup, which in this case is installed on a battery enclosure. We like these vacuum ports because they verify the watertight integrity of the enclosure before getting in the water. So if it's something that you happen to open and close a lot to change a battery or to rewire, there's some added peace of mind in checking vacuum to ensure that all of your O-rings are seated properly. So this is our vacuum pump. It's just a manual pump. And there's a fitting that mates with our vacuum port. This little green O-ring should be just gently lubricated, and then we press fit that and thread it into the vacuum port itself. Righty-tighty on the thread, and when that stops, it is completely seated. Now at this point, the vacuum port is not open, so we just fit the two pieces together. Then there's this thrust nut. When you thread the thrust nut all the way down, now it's pulled the seat open. So at this point, you can actually draw a vacuum on the space inside the enclosure. And we do that by manually pumping. And I like to take it to 15, which is 15 inches of mercury. That seems to be a pretty average spot to go. That's not too much vacuum, not too little vacuum. It's just a nice, comfortable, middle-of-the-road spot, but at the same time, completely arbitrary. So I go to 15. I'll let the enclosure sit for a while, maybe a couple minutes, similar to doing a positive, negative check on a rebreather. And when we're satisfied that vacuum is being held, then we want to release the tool from the enclosure. So to do that, then in reverse, we will loosen up the thrust nut. That then closed the vacuum port. So since that is closed, we can relieve the pressure in the tool and then unthread the tool from the vacuum port. So now this device has a vacuum on the inside of the enclosure, and we are confident that all the O-rings are well seated and this thing's ready to go in the water. Now, at the end of the day, I don't like to leave a vacuum pulled on devices day to day or in between missions, just because the added compression on the seals and O-rings. So out of habit, I would release the vacuum. So you just unthread the vac port. And now the vacuum's been released and the enclosure is open to ambient. It's very easy to open and access to change batteries, rewire, and so on. There's a couple small O-rings on the vacuum assembly itself. Those can be gently lubricated, but be very careful not to get small hairs or fibers or sand on those, because those are an important seal in this mechanism.